Estoy buscando una señora que se llama Francesca. Guys, I really want to cry right now. Alright guys, leaving the hostel. I'm gonna fill this front tire up a little. Alright guys, we're back on it. I am just like sweating every ounce. If I stop moving, I will sweat profusely. Mazunte, guys, it is warm here. It's also the time of the year. Guy didn't look. Today, guys, I am going to try and make it to a little small fishing village, a little bit inland, but pretty much everyone there is fishermen, shrimp mostly, I guess. Yeah, it's still called fishermen, but specifically for shrimp. And more topes. They need more topes, guys. Oh gosh. More speed bumps. Oh. I think Oaxaca, of all the states I've been in so far, Oaxaca has had the most speed bumps. They all have speed bumps, don't get me wrong, but Oaxaca has seemed to have had the most and seems to have the slowest roads. Like, people seem to kind of follow the speed limit a little bit more here, I would say. But anyways, back to guys, I get distracted so easy. I'm literally terrible at this. I'm a terrible narrator. My mind just, I can't focus. And then like I'm writing and, you know, I'm definitely not good at multitasking. Yeah, so Ixhuatan, specifically where we're gonna go today, is called San Fransisco del Mar. That is a place really special to me, guys. Like extremely, extremely special. And the reason is because that is where I started my 2-year service mission. So a lot of people have asked, you know, Landon, where'd you learn Spanish? And that's because after high school, I applied to be a voluntary church missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And you put in an application and you send off your application and they choose where you go. And for me, I got sent to the Chiapas area, and then we had a little bit of Oaxaca in it. And so that's where I'm trying to go today. When I got here to Mexico, they send you to a training center. They have a variety of them throughout the world. Mine was in Mexico City. And so I did I think it's about 5 weeks. I can't remember how long you're in there, but it's not long. And they teach you some Spanish. They teach you what you can learn. No, they have amazing teachers there. You get a companion and they teach you how to be a missionary a little bit. Mostly you gotta come prepared, you know, with testimony or, you know, a belief, you do read a lot, you do study a lot, you go to all these classes, and but a big portion of what you're there for is to learn the language. That is a significant part, and there I had a really great time there, and then they ship you off to your area. And so mine was the Chiapas and Oaxaca area. You go to essentially a mission home where there's an older couple that has essentially been called and assigned to organize and be in charge of all these missionaries in a specific area. Let's say, you know, at any time there's around 150 to 180 missionaries per area. And so you go, you meet this guy. The couple that was in my area were Arlie George and his wife. I actually can't remember her name, but the Georges, amazing people, dairy farmers from Wyoming. I learned a ton from them. And anyways, the guy is called the mission president, and so yeah, President George was who I had, and man, that guy was very, very inspiring to say the least. He's pretty humble. So no, I'll show a picture of him. He can, if he wants to get mad at me, he can get mad at me, but I've never met someone just who I feel like just showcased unconditional love, you know? A lot of these missionaries, they come and they're just normal people, you know? They're people that, you know, some have gone to be missionaries for the right reasons, some have gone for wrong reasons, some have gone from social pressures, some have gone because maybe even their parents have just hinted, or, you know, and maybe in a really unfortunate scenario, maybe their parents have even said, hey, maybe even coerced them a little bit and said, hey, if you serve this mission, you know, we'll help you with college, or because you have to pay to go on these missions. The church, you actually have to pay. If you can't afford it, the church can help you. So it's never a reason not to go because you can't afford it. The church will pay for it, but basically it's encouraged, would be the correct way to say it. It's encouraged that you pay for it yourself if you can. So you get all these different kinds of people showing up, and like I said, some are there for the right reasons, some are there for the wrong, and so these mission presidents are in charge of taking, essentially, imagine 180, you know, the range is from 18 to, I believe, 25 years old. So some of these kids, you know, it's the first time they've left home. For me, I graduated high school. I worked for a little bit. I was waiting for my visa to kind of come through, and I left. And so that was the first time I'd left home. And so these mission presidents have just hard things that they're taking care of. On top of that, they're responsible for working with all the local organizations of the church in those areas. So it's a crazy, they're called for 3 years, and it's a crazy responsibility dealing with all these missionaries. You know, a lot of them, especially when they first get there, they're all homesick. You know, some of them are coming from extremely different backgrounds than maybe what they're currently living in. So they might have gone from a very affluent, wealthy family to now all of a sudden they're living in a house that doesn't have AC, and it's 100 degrees outside, and they're walking, you know, or maybe they have to wash their clothes by hand now. There's all these things that they're...
¡Oh! ¡Oh! ¡Mendiga rata! ¿Se salió? ¿Viste eso?
¿Es el video?
¡Sí! ¡Mendiga rata salió volando acá! ¡Ah!
All these changes, it's an insane amount of change for a human to undergo. And then to top all of that off, you know, you throw these young people in, and a lot of them, you know, pretty much the majority of them can't speak the language. So it's a huge undergoing for a lot of people. And my camera died, but we're back in business. I don't know where it last left off, but back to President George. This guy was just amazing, and like I said, probably one of the best examples of unconditional love that I've ever seen. I just saw him, you know, with myself and with other missionaries and my companions. You know, everyone's got their struggles, and no one's perfect, and neither is he. And he was truly there to just help. And he didn't have some agenda for the missionary, some secret personal agenda for himself. He truly was there to just try to be as Christ-like as he could, you know. And I never felt like he ever, I don't feel like he had a bone in his body to be like critical or judgmental. Like it amazed me, but you know, maybe in times where he should be really frustrated, or I never saw that, and it was just really, really beautiful to be able to work with him for 2 years while I lived down here in Mexico, and I did learn a lot from him. But another thing I want to say that you know, especially today, in today's world, you know, religion is very, you know, is looked upon very critically. I don't feel like it's super popular to be religious today. But at the end of the day, what I will say is, just so people kind of have an idea where I'm coming from, basically my opinion on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is I know that it's filled with tons of imperfect people, and that goes not for just regular members as well, but also leaders and imperfect prophets. I don't believe that these people are perfect, and I think a lot of them could struggle with a variety of different challenges, the same way that any other religion does. But anytime you have organized religion, you have people involved, you're gonna have mistakes. It's just the reality to it, you know. And I would invite anyone, I truly would invite anyone who's seeking for spirituality, and it doesn't have to be Christianity. It can be any kind of spirituality that you want. I know a lot of people are triggered by the word religion, but at the end of the day, religion to me, it's groups of people agreeing on the same ideologies and the same beliefs. So if there's a few people, you know, more than one people believing, working towards, or have a similar ideology in question of faith and beliefs and powers greater than themselves, I would call that religion. And some people don't want to call it religion. That's okay. At that point, we're in the semantics of things. But all I'm saying and encouraging is I personally have seen a lot of happiness and peace in my life from having a belief in a greater power and trying to align myself, although I'm not perfect, but trying myself to align myself with that power. It's brought me a lot of joy. And I believe humans are happier when they choose to abide by certain rules that they accept upon themselves. Discipline. A word that we would use, you know, something we would call that would be just discipline. And I truly have felt the happiest in my life when I discipline myself. And wherever you wanna bring your beliefs or your values, wherever you wanna kind of distill your values from, maybe it's from what your family has taught you, maybe you want to do the opposite of what I don't care, but whatever values you distill upon yourself and choose to believe, I really do believe there's happiness that can come from that. And for me, what I have found for me that I believe is the values that I've learned in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, spirituality. I hope I made myself clear there. That's my shameless invitation to all my friends and all the people that are watching these videos. And again, just remember, I'm not telling you to go seek out Christianity or to go seek out Catholicism or go read the Quran or learn more about your astrology. I'm not actually encouraging any specific direction. I'm just encouraging and promoting that I believe people who abide and follow principles that are ultimately encouraged through spirituality or discovered through spirituality, I think there's a little bit of a key there to happiness. So whatever you're leaning towards, just seek it out, Seek it out and enjoy. And I'm also happy and totally fine if you disagree with me. It's literally okay to disagree. Like I'm at peace with that. I just stayed in Mazunte, which is filled with hippies. I loved it, and I'm surrounded with amazing people that a lot of them have very, very different ideas than me. This week I learned about a lot of astrology, and zodiac signs, and I learned a lot about that. And like I said, I do believe that people can derive a lot of happiness from spirituality, and so I'm for it. I am for it. You believe what you want to believe, and I'm for that. If you disagree with me or you've had a bad experience, it's okay. I understand. And but I guess I bring a lot of this up as well just because going into Ixhuatan and going into Chiapas, that's where I lived for 2 years, I bring a lot of this up because it's a special place to me. And I'm not saying that you have to even respect my beliefs, but at the minimum, maybe just understand that it was a beautiful experience for me, and there's a lot of really, really special moments for me in these places and with these people. And it's a place I feel very connected to. It's my personal experience, right? So that's where I'm coming from. Now, back to Ixhuatan. Ixhuatan was literally where the first place that I got sent to. It's a super small town. Some people would probably laugh at how tiny it is and just kind of how remote it really is, but I loved it. It was an amazing place for me because I grew up in a little farm town and I felt just so connected to the people there. A lot of missionaries did not want to go to that area, but I loved it. So that's where we're going today. Sign back there said Zona Guave, so I wonder if I'm going into an indigenous area. I just saw a lady back right over there that was wearing some traditional clothing, so I might be. ¿Cómo estamos, amigos?
¿Y ahora?
¿Qué onda, Jens?
¿Qué pasó?
Ya.
¿Qué tranza? ¿Para dónde?
¿Y ahora para dónde?
A checar el mar.
Órale, turista.
Sí.
¿En el mero centro, San Mateo o para dónde?
San Mateo es el último.
Sí, es el último, sí.
¿No hay un que Santa María
Santa
también?
María, pero no lo dejan pasar.
¿No?
No, solamente llega a San Mateo nomás.
¿Por qué no lo dejan? ¿Por qué?
Pues por conflicto agrario.
¿Por conflicto?
Agrario.
¿Qué es eso?
Tierra.
Oh, ¿sí?
Sí. Por eso no le dan chance. Solamente llega a San Mateo nomás.
¿Conoce el pueblo que se llama Ixhuatan?
Ajá, sí, pero ese queda por otro lado, por Puchitán.
Pero unos señores de San Mateo me dijeron que sí hay paso.
No.
Pero por la orilla del mar.
No, tampoco no.
¿No?
No te van a dar chance. Hay vigilancia ahí, todas partes.
Hay vigilancia.
Hay vigilancia en todas partes.
Viene preparado, me trae todo empaquetado.
Sí. Así es.
Ok.
United. ¿Me puedes dar tu nombre? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Landon, mucho gusto.
A ver, anótale. Landon.
Landon.
¿Y Landon qué?
Bishoff. Tengo canal.
Bishoff. Landon Bishoff. Ok, ya. Ay. Abierta en YouTube. Landon Bishoff. United. Así es, amigo. Así es. Es por tu seguridad lo que estamos diciendo. No paso para allá. Únicamente.
Entonces es conflicto por
agrario, por tierra.
¿qué? ¿Pero contra quién? ¿O quién es?
Santa María y San Mateo.
¿Oh, sí? Ustedes no pasan a San
No,
Mateo.
No, nada. Por este
O
digo
sea,
ahorita,
Santa María es un...
solo un pueblo chiquillo.
Pero ellos tienen que cruzar por San Mateo.
Cruzan, este dijo, cruzan por el mar, llega a San Dionisio.
¿En serio?
Sí.
¿Por lancha?
Por lancha, sí.
Ah, ok, en lancha.
Por esta te dijo ahorita, por vía
Pero yo no
marítima.
puedo ir en lancha en este.
Sí puede, hay lancha grandote.
Hey, tú. Eso, espérate, tú mismo.
Sí, chécame ahí.
Así es, amigo.
Ah, qué triste.
Está canijo por
¿Para dónde
ahorita.
vas? ¿Para el mar?
Santa
o
María,
para el mar?
Quería ir a San Francisco del Mar, Ixhuatan.
No se puede.
No se puede.
No se puede, amigo. Así es.
Está bien. Es como un contrato
Sí.
entre ellos y ustedes.
Sí. No,
Pues-
no, ni tampoco no es de ayer, sino que ya tiene más de 7, 8, 10 años, creo.
10 años.
Sí, ya tiene
10.
mucho tiempo.
¿Y quién empezó el conflicto? ¿Cómo pasó?
Aquellos.
Ellos dijeron, hey, eso es de nosotros.
Sí, sí.
Y ustedes dijeron, no,
Sí,
pues
¿qué
cómo
pasó?
no.
Sí, ese terreno es de nosotros. Ahí donde ellos no quieren.
¿Y quién tiene el terreno?
Nosotros.
¡Eso! Entonces ustedes ganaron. Nada más ellos quedaban
No.
tristes.
Ya sabe.
Ellos son lugares pequeños, pues.
Bueno, amigos,
Dale, ya
gracias por enseñarme.
No, hombre, no hay problema. Están sus órdenes para acá. Cualquier cosa es por tu seguridad, ¿eh?
No, sí
Tenemos
entiendo.
tu nombre acá.
Sí
Ya,
entiendo.
cualquier cosas.
Ya,
Hey, mucho
Dale,
gusto.
dale.
Gracias,
Sí,
amigos.
dale,
Ya está.
dale.
I was just about to explain to you that was going to do an epic trip along the coastline there, but that's crazy. I don't know if we got all of that on video. I hope we did. But there's a conflict between land and now no one passes. No one passes through, so I'm pretty bummed because that was gonna be almost 40 to 30 miles. About 40 miles of ocean beach riding, but Santo Mateo and Santa Maria. They said that the Santa Maria people cannot enter to San Mateo. So they have to take a boat across the Dead Sea. Crazy. Guys, look at all the moto taxis. So fun. They're all red too. Woo! Guys, this is it. We're almost there. I welcome you to the land of the mangoes. Not just any mango, mangoes of all kinds. Mangoes you've never even heard of. Mango piña. These are mango ataúfo. This is all mango. They've got planted right here. But this is the road to San Fransisco Del Mar, Ixhuatan. I'm so excited to see Hermana Francesca. I really hope she's still here. If she's not here, that would be really unfortunate. She has a family in Oaxaca, the capital, so it's not impossible that she's over there, but all right, guys, we are just about there, and I am going to attempt to put a pin on Hermana Francesca's house. It's right about here. Really, I have no idea. I can't remember. Well, I remember which side of town it is on, and we'll see what happens as I get closer. If I can remember. San Fransisco del Mar. Ixhuatan, compas. About 6 years since I've been here. Yep, the baseball field's over there. Come through here. Holy cow, guys, this feels weird. Maybe right here. see it. Buenas, disculpe. Una pregunta. Estoy buscando una señora que se llama Francesca. Francesca, que tienen un hijo que se llama Jairo. ¿Viven en el centro? A ver, déjame. ¿Me pueden apoyar con eso? Disculpe. El hijo Jairo.
Su hijo se llama Jairo. Su hijo vive de este lado, pero ella vive allá en el centro.
Ah, ok.
Su hija vive ahí. ¿Piensa? Así no tengo.
Se ve así.
Ajá, ella.
Es ella. ¿Aún vive aquí?
Su hija vive aquí en la esquina. Ahí.
Su hija.
Ajá, vive ahí. Pero ella vive se va aquí todo derecho. Esquina está la parte.
Ok.
Ajá, ahí vive.
Oh, muchas gracias.
¿Sí?
Es que esta señora, antes yo vivía aquí por un tiempo y esta señora me trató muy, muy bien. Y tiene como 7 años que yo he visto a ella y Jairo y su... Bueno, quizás voy a regresar por gasolina más.
Ándale, que le
Más
vaya
atrás.
bien.
Oh, a ustedes, gracias. Guys, I really want to cry right now. I thought there was a pretty big chance that she might not live here, or, you know, it's been 6 years. I didn't know if maybe she'd passed away. And I just showed that lady a picture of her, and she recognized her, said, yeah. She told me where she lives now, and this is the center. This is the centro. There's an alligator over there. Who knows if they still got one in there, but looks like that lady's looking at it, so I think there is. I really hope she remembers me, guys. I'm like freaking out right now. Totally freaking out. Okay, we're gonna ask her. Buenas. Disculpe, una pregunta. Estoy buscando una señora que se llama Francesca. Francisca. Su hijo es Jairo. Me dijeron que vivía por aquí cerca, más o menos.
Donde está la casa de 2 pisos, pero la color naranja.
Ajá. Enfrente, a este lado. Ok. Portón blanco.
Como este, pero en grande, pero es color blanco parece.
Francisca. Ok. Muchas gracias. Okay. Casa de 2 pisos. Enfrente, portón blanco. Quizás ahí. Buenas. Disculpe, estoy buscando un señor que se llama Francesca.
Sí.
¿Vive por aquí?
Acá.
¿Acá? ¿Se encuentra ahorita?
Sí.
Ok. Mi nombre es Landon. Yo fui un misionero aquí. Ok. Hola.
Hola.
Soy el del Bishoff.
El dervicho, sí.
Ajá.
Es que ella estaba en la misión, ¿no se acuerda?
Sí, no, ella no estaba aquí.
No.
Solo Jairo. ¿Jairo está aquí?
Sí. Pero no vive acá, de hecho, más allá. A ir ahorita.
Porque ese es un casa nuevo también, ¿no?
Ajá, rentamos. Sí.
Ok.
Vamos a ir para allá, a la casa de Jairo.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí.
Mira, ahí están los misioneros. ¿Qué tal, amigos?
El dervicho.
Yo fui misionero aquí. Qué chido. ¿Hace cuánto tiempo? Como 6 años. Oh, es un buen rato. Mira, yo, porque antes ella vivía por allá un poquito. Bueno, entrando al pueblo, al mano izquierda. Y me fui por allá y yo tengo esta foto. Mira, tengo esta foto de...
Y habla,
Sí, es usted, hermano. Mira.
y habla clarito el español.
Y fui preguntándole a gente, hey, esta hermana Francesca, o sea, una señora tiene un hijo, Jairo. ¿Lo conocen, hermana?
Y en moto vino desde
En
su
moto,
país.
en moto.
Wow.
Está la moto ahí.
¿De dónde es?
De Idaho.
De Idaho.
Aquí era yo viuda.
Oh.
Ah, ahorita ya tiene.
Ya tienen. ¡Qué bueno!
casé,
¡Qué
bien.
bueno! Oh. Ya por fin llegué a la...
Pase.
Sí, gracias. Video para mandar a mi mamá. Marita le cantó de rey David. Hoy fue ser tu cumpleaños. Le cantamos así. Despierta y despierta. Mira que amaneció. 10 años. ¿Seguro que es extra? ¿No estás quitando lo suyo?
No,